It's the duo that you love the most, covering events from coast to coast. That podcast is all about the fun with your hosts, Alpity and John. Chirping about gossip like chickadees. Turn up the cast and enjoy the tea. The podcast with the beauty and the brawn. One's a gay turkey and the other is a black swan. It's that podcast. It's that podcast. It's that podcast. Live from the John and Company studio in Denver, Colorado, it's That Podcast. And now, here are your hosts, Alpity and John.
Hey, what?
Hello, what? Hello. Isn't that so fun that just became tradition? Hey, what?
Hey, what?
Because in our young days when we had a studio in Denver, Colorado, that's what we
hot
did.
Because of the sun.
Hot from the sun. You know, honestly, before we get into the episode, I know we talked about it last week. Hopefully everyone's doing okay and is staying hydrated. We shared NASA. I barely even know her. Yes, I don't even know what the fuck that means. NASA, I barely even know her. So stupid. Oh, stupid space jokes. Anyway, space people, I'm ready for you. Anyway, NASA said it's the hottest July that we've experienced, which we believe to be true. But it has been so hot all the time. And I live in what a lot of people in the country believe is a tundra climate, which is not true. But it's hot as hell in Colorado lately, Alpity.
Yeah, it's normal here.
Yeah, what is it? Blazing 110, 120 where you are?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
No,
we haven't reached 120 where I'm at. I don't know about Phoenix. Phoenix might have, including the airport as well. But yeah, here I think the hottest has gotten 116 this year.
Oh no, that's still insane. I mean, you know, I was traveling last week. I was in Dallas. It was like 109. I think when I left, it was 114. Was the slated hot. I'm like, what is this? And planes, I don't know that they should be flying in this weather. I mean, I know it cools down, I guess, when you get closer to the sun. Do the math on that, folks. I don't know what the fuck that's about.
Science.
What
whatever.
kind of fucking witchcraft that is? You call it science, I call it witchcraft.
And I'm the first to say that it is worse. The heat is worse with humidity, and that's still true down here too, because it's becoming monsoon season. We had Hurricane Hillary that was gonna hit us, so things have been extra hot.
Feeling hot. No, it's been really hot. It's like you said, that there's been weird weather phenomena occurring. It's like, no, even if we did have the capability to talk to aliens, which we'll get into, I'm sure they're like, no, it's a hot plate of a planet. Am I right? I don't even know what that means, but I do think it's been very hot. I've been experiencing a lot of heat. And I don't know if you or my sister were telling me about it. Hey, Jeanette, if you're listening, that there becomes seasonal depression in the summertime because it's so hot, people don't want to go outside.
Oh.
It's kind of similar to the wintertime. I'm like, so when can we go out? The fall.
If I have any seasonal depression, I just go outside for 5 minutes and I'm just like, oh, I'm cured. Ooh,
yo, which actually, no, speaking of, this is really crazy. So it's 7:10 Mountain Time. I recently learned that you shouldn't say standard when you're referring to time. You shouldn't always say Mountain Standard Time because it's not actually standard time. Like if you're in the midst of daylight savings, you're actually just at Mountain Time. Which I'm still very confused about the matter.
I'm confused about the whole thing.
I don't get it.
How hot is it where you're at right now?
Super duper hot. So according to my watch right now, it's 87. It was like 97, 98 degrees. Give me just one night. I only know that because you successfly reminded me that a couple episodes ago.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's been so hot. It's like but speaking, it's 7:10 right now, Mountain Time, and I still have my front door dead bolted from the night before because I have actually not seen the sun today.
Here comes the sun. It just felt right to sing a song there.
You know, I was thinking the same. No, but here does not come the sun. Da, 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 da. No, it's funny. And Alexa, stop. She hasn't even told me that an Amazon package has come today. So that would be one of the only reasons I would unlock my door and see Civilization. But
I mean, I recently saw Civilization. We're going to talk about that here.
How were they? How were the people in the Civilization?
Weird.
Yeah. You know, it's weird to be civilized.
Right.
You know, speaking of, we've been alluding to, NASA. I barely even know her. She's like, it's still not funny, John. Um, but we'll keep trying. So we should be hearing. So just because we're talking, and we'll get right into our show. But this news article had me so excited. Japanese researchers say we could technically get a message, okay, back from aliens any day now in response to a message they sent into space 40 years ago.
Oh my god.
Like, but hopefully it was something substantial, not like, hey,
yeah.
we wait 40 more years and they give us,
Hello.
hey, hello, it's us, or a sup, or probably none of those. They'll probably give us like gurgly binary 111110, where we're like, what does this mean? And then we'll send them back an email and say, hey gal, hey, listen here, spaceship24@hotmail.com. First of all, we're using Gmail now. Okay, down here.
Catch up with the times, am I right? Those light years are taking a little
exactly
slow.
and these astronomers have me very confused. What communication are you sending out there? Like, what when they say they've sent a message up there, it's like 30 years ago it could have been a turtle dove for all we know. It could have been they're like, here, take it, stork, take it as high as you can.
Go for it. Using the weather balloons, like, ooh, this can withstand weather
balloon.
This can withstand the atmosphere and space too. Let's do this.
Like, let's do this. I know they have this big kickoff at the New Mexico Hot Air Balloon Festival. Like, here we go. One of us going to make it all the way to space. Like, I don't know. What do they do?
Like a rocket competition, like in school.
Exactly. Like, there she goes. Oh,
so close. So close.
Caught by the sun. Super hot. No, I don't know. The hot air balloon thing, again, not again, but I just probably would never do that. A lot of people think it's fun to go fly in a basket. Not for Double J, folks. Not for Double J.
Gotta ditto that sentiment.
Why would you do that? Why would you get in a rickety old basket? I barely like sitting my fat ass in wicker furniture. You think I am gonna get in a goddamn basket and fly in a fucking hot balloon helium contraption?
Like,
fuck no.
With all the Rescue 911 episodes I've watched about hot air balloons, you think I want to get in that?
For real. You and I fall without wind. You think I'm going to live it up to, what is it called? Weather? No.
Right. Also, I have megalophobia. Seeing those big balloons like that is going to make me pass out.
Yeah, I don't know what megalophobia. What is it?
It's fear of big things, but not all big things. Okay, like just specific big things. So
hey, orders up. Talking about the dick. No, I have the opposite of what you have. I really enjoy big things. No, I mean, I guess if there are things I get how it could be a phobia though, like things that are overwhelmingly large. Like,
exactly.
I don't need that toppling on me, right. or me flying out of a hot air balloon.
You were gonna say I don't need that top thing on me.
I don't need that top. Well, maybe I don't. I don't need that thing flopping on me, but I guess I do. Hey, hot air balloon jokes. But really, I don't know how they sent this message up there. Did they send it on a Nokia? Like, think about what
probably because like, nothing's indestructible. You know
exactly.
What I mean?
Like, here, send them a text, send them an SMS.
Do you guys use that T9?
T9? No, they're probably like NASA, and they're responding.
NASA?
I barely even know. It's like, what does that even mean? It's so stupid. Right. Nobody knows, but that'll be something that somehow catches on like nothing.
Right.
like wildfire, but I'm like, I'm not joking about wildfire anymore. No way.
No.
Shit's no joke.
No.
Shit is getting fucked up in the world.
If you just leave it alone, and just let that place be.
Yeah, speaking of letting places be, you sent me this crazy thing on basically, and I don't.
A lot of crazy things.
Yes, you did, but this was not photos and videos of you.
Yeah.
This. Yummy. No, you know what that's from. You know what I used to love watching. Speaking of train wrecks, and I'm not proposing that you remind me of her or this show. It just made me think of it. But do you remember the Anna Nicole Smith show on E?
Yes.
Oh, I love it. And I used to love when she used to call for her assistant with purple hair. Kimmy. Kimmy. Anyway, Kimmy. Anna Nicole. She's so outrageous. Anna Nicole. Yeah, that was the theme song. Anyway,
thank you for clarifying that.
Tell the world about China's hidden ancient forest.
So, if I remember correctly,
It's fascinating. So it's this enchanted land that apparently is untouched by
Yes.
humanity.
I think it was uncovered by a sinkhole, if I remember correctly.
Sinkhole and hikers or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so but this thing was hidden and all of a sudden maybe
It's
climate
so
change.
outrageous.
It's so outrageous.
Analytical.
But yeah, so there's like this secret city in China that nobody knows about. So
Exactly. And they're saying that there's like wildlife in this like cavernous area. It almost looks like a cave of untouched like botany.
yeah.
Like it's weird. It's like this hole, the sinkhole, and it has like plant life. It apparently has other things down there.
Yeah.
Animals, they claim, like species.
Oh my gosh, what if there is an animal or a species that we like have never discovered? Like this would be the first time discovering.
This is what they claim. It could be a thing. There could be old species that like were like, oh, that's super extinct, and they were like, oh my word, a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And they're actually just really miniature. They're just like really, we're like, what? This is what we thought all the same. And then we take them home and keep them as pets, and then they grow up into giant animals.
And then we find out they actually breathe fire, and that's where the whole dragon thing came from. So.
Exactly. Yeah. And then they'll have a documentary on us, like Cheetah, like the
right.
What was that show called? The Tiger King.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Or the Cheetah Girls. Either.
Hold on, real quick. Come here.
She's talking about her dog, folks, not a literal pancake. She's not losing her fucking mind. So Pancake just popped on the screen, and I can't imagine you'd hear him on the audio, but Pancake is your adorable little fur baby. And how old is your little fur baby?
He is 1, so he turned 1 back in April. Hi.
12 months on this earth.
Yeah, well, I guess a little bit longer because April, May, June, July, August. So 1 year and 4 months.
16 months.
16 months, yeah.
Yes.
Can't do that shit. That's
I like when people say that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
you look at the camera? Look.
Hi. For those of you listening on the audio after the fact, he has this adorable little face. What is his breed? What's this? Because your dogs are very similar breeds. Are the exact same breed? Is that right?
So he is a Chihuahua Terrier mix, and I think he
is so cute.
His terrier part.
And his name is Pancake, and then your other fur baby is a female, and her name is Cupcake. And what's her breed?
She is Cairn Terrier, is what the shelter said. So.
The shelter.
Yeah.
They let me out.
Are you gonna do the podcast with me? Oh my goodness.
Well, I would show my dog, but she's in heaven. Oh, no. So I can't do that. Thanks.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, I know. I'm just gaslighting you. I'm totally fucking with you. But I was trying to say out of it. I'm like, well, and this is what you should love about this show, folks. Listening, obviously, we're not gonna bullshit it, right? Like, we're gonna call it, we're gonna say it, like, obviously, no hard feelings up. He was by no means trying to make me feel bad, but I had to say it. I'm like, what you feel? Damn, lady, damn. But I do love me some Pancake, and I love me some Cupcake.
And
it's cute because all of it, and then Cookie, of course, R.I.P. little girl. Yeah, they're all like food names, so. That probably says a lot about Elpidia and I.
Right. Okay, to be fair, I didn't name Cupcake. The shelter named her. And I was like, when they said her name, I was like, haha, hell yeah.
Like, of course it is.
Because the thing that I thought was, if I giving her a command or something like that, I just think it's going to be hilarious of me being like, Cupcake, no! Cupcake!
Oh, Pancake didn't like that. Pancake says, hello, I want to know.
But it's the same with Pancake, too. Like, you'll see me outside be like, Pancake, slow down! Pancake, no!
I mean, without context, you do sound crazy.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, there's Pancake.
Right.
It's like, what? Is she? Oh, she's talking about an animal.
Yes.
I love it though. Animals, honestly, animals is fabulous. Okay, animals is so fun to have it. I love having animals. Speaking of animal, LPD, they have baby giraffe go born.
Yes, baby giraffe go born. And what's special about this baby giraffe is that it has no spots.
No spots. It could be the only one on Earth. Say experts. Now listen, if you were a giraffe who didn't have spots and you're reading this on your TikTok feed and you're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Hold on, I just have to mention something. So today I was filling out some new hire paperwork. We're going to talk about that in a few. And they asked like general questions to get to know you, and one of the questions were,
I'm sorry, to get to what you?
to get to know you. I'm
To
sorry.
get to know you. I'm sorry. I'm Australian now. Get to know you. Yes. So you faked Australian, so she has to pretend to be Australian for this new job.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, shrimp on the barbie.
I'm really down for the next challenge in life, and the next challenge is me perfecting an Australian accent. So an Australian accent. No.
Like on that call, follow up and Aussie, oi, goodbye. Anyway, what they want to know about you?
So we got a question that was like, if you could be any animal, what animal would you be and why? Oh. And honestly, I was between cheetah, is what I actually said, and giraffe. But because I couldn't take it seriously, and I said cheetah because I would like to know what it's like to be one of the fastest animals in the world.
Exactly.
But I was gonna say giraffe because I was like, it would be nice to know how it would feel to be that tall for a second.
That's very true. Well, on that note, I'd be remiss to not mention my children's books: The Giraffe That Taught Me How to Laugh, and The Cheetah That Taught Me Theta.
Thank you. That was so good.
I mean, that really was a fabulous setup. Thank you very much. Of course, available on not iTunes, but available on Amazon and wherever books are sold. Elpini, that's so crazy you thought of those two animals though, like legit, like
right.
How crazy. And cheetah, I'm with you. I love cheetah print, so I feel like I would be a cheetah, a fat cheetah, a chubby cheetah.
See, I'm not an animal print girl.
No, I know it's tacky. I'll be the first to tell you. Me wearing animal print, and it's tacky, but not everyone can pull off tacky. Right. Not even me, but I do it anyway.
To be fair, I did rock a zebra print formal dress before.
Well, I know. I was going to say, you can't even say that saying anymore. Like, oh, you can't change a zebra stripes. It's like, bitch, you can change a giraffe spots, motherfucker. Maybe. And isn't that what a horse is anyway? Right. A fucking zebra without stripes?
Right.
What do I know about fucking science? Or witchcraft, whatever you believe in.
Or is a zebra donkey horse hybrid?
Donkey horse hybrid. What you call me? You
donkey horse.
You donkey horse.
Donkey horse. Coming to us.
She called me a donkey horse. Oh, nay, she didn't.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And you know what them gay ones eat.
Hey.
Hey. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
Yeah. For real, what a terrible life. Listen, I know people are like, oh, I wish I could be a cow or I wish I could be a farm animal. To me, no. I would not want to be grazing pasture, eating fucking hay.
Yeah.
No way, Jose. No hay for me. No way, Jose. Hey.
Oh my goodness, I just realized my Ethernet cable's not plugged in, so I apologize if this is like... I mean, it's rocking and rolling by itself.
Oh, that's no problem. Nobody knows what you just said or what words those are. my Ethernet cord's not plugged in. It's like I do think I know what an Ethernet cord is. I think that connects you to the world.
You do know what it is. You know. You know.
Yeah, some of us log in as a backup to Wi-Fi. You know what? Where I love to get Wi-Fi on the plane, and now I've been doing so much traveling, LPD. I actually get it complimentary.
Oh, you're so fancy.
Yeah. So something always happens to me on the MF and plane.
You had to talk shit on Ryan.
Every time. And listen, it's always when I'm in a good mood. On my way home from Dallas this last time, and of course it was great to spend some time with Jeanette. We had some delicious sushi, got some good work done. But anyway, flew back. Noms is right. And I'm sitting in my, I get good seating on the good old plane. I'm in the first row in the aisle seat. Fabulous. Okay, cool. Got my shit in the top. Okay. I get my piece of luggage up there. Of course, the flight attendant has to tell me that it doesn't fit, even though it's completely closed and latched in. And she decides to move it down a row. I'm like, whatever. And I'm just being cool. I'm like, if you want to move it, girl, you move it. Little did I know that would be the start of a journey, I'll call it. So she moves it back, no big deal. Another, people are filing in, and another gentleman rolls into the aisle seat just next to me, right? So there's aisle between us, and he's choosing the aisle seat. And he decides that he wants to put his backpack above the space where my luggage just was. No big deal. He puts it in there. The first time he puts it in there, and there's a little sprinkle, like a blink, blink, blink. Some water seemingly has dropped on, and I don't do the airport like some people, which no disrespect, but I shower, I look fucking cute, get on my plane. So I have some liquids trickling on me. I said, okay, this is weird. I smell. He's like, oh, sorry, my water bottle. I said, okay, I don't know if that's water, but whatever. A little bit leaks. Cool. Time passes. He needs to get something out. His laptop, I'm presuming. And the second time he opens up his bag, El Pity, a half a cup of liquid falls on the entire side of my body. And now it's on my shorts, on my side. And I like spring up because it's consistently going, and I'll explain what it's coming out of in just a moment, consistently pouring at this point down into my seat. The man's like, oh, sorry, it's my water. And I like spring out. I'm like, dude, can you just fix it, please? I'm like, I just don't want it spraying on me. And I turn to my left and smell it on my shoulder. And it's whiskey, El Pity. There's whiskey all over my body. And the flight attendant's like, everything okay? I'm like, no, all good. And he's like, I'm like, yeah, that smell is whiskey. And I don't drink, right? So like the smell of whiskey on your clothes, and this guy is persisting. He's like, it's water. I just buy water. And what it was like a Yeti cup, like a thermos that just was like the top was closed, like with a little slidey slide.
And there was no
like whiskey in this fucking Yeti. And it pretty much all poured on me. I mean, it was just comical. And he's like, oh, it's good, da da da. And so no big deal. I'm really not trying to give this guy a hard time, myself a hard time. But how pissed would you be if you're on a plane and now you reek of alcohol? So two things. I wanted to make sure the flight attendant knew that it was not me, right? Like you come next to me and it looks like I'm fucking loaded.
Right.
And then I feel like I'm in defense mode, right? Like I'm getting an Uber once I land. I'd be like, just so you know, I'm not drunk. And then they're like, well, you probably are if you're defending
I would do is buy that in-flight Wi-Fi that I don't usually get complimentary, so I have to buy it like a normal person.
Complimentary.
And then I would go on the airport's website and see if there's like any showers you can rent, because I know that's a thing in Japan.
Oh, that's a really good idea, a shower. But honestly, I wasn't that invested, and I didn't even care. I mean, I was a little bit like, me and Ryan call it frest. It's like when you're pressed, but like fake pressed. It's like I'm frest. I'm not that bothered by it, but I'm frest. It's like I don't want to smell like liquor, and then your ass kind of gets chapped because you're like, why don't you just not move my fucking luggage? None of this would have happened.
Right.
And the old lady with the bad taste behind me would have gotten that. But anyway, that's a story for my obituary.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm just kidding. She was wearing a lot of floral patterns, like different. It was a mess, but anyway, that just not for me, I should say. Don't want to be judgy.
It was like, I love floral patterns, but I mean,
yeah, there's a limit. That's like, okay.
Yeah.
To me, okay, listen, and this is a controversial opinion, but if you're wearing some sort of Hawaiian print, like a hibiscus flower, to me, if you're wearing a top, bottom, and shoes, those should be the same pattern or super similar, or drastically opposed.
Something that matches. Like
yes, it was like a
cohesive.
It was like a blue and pink hibiscus top, with then like a purple and then like a darker blue hibiscus bottom, and then the shoes were just like multicolor floral print. I just that this is, I don't. It's a lot.
Yeah,
listen, but hey, she would have enjoyed it. And then the lady next to me, right? She was like 100 pounds soaking wet, older lady, gray hair, shaved head, and she's just like pissed for me about this whole thing. She's like, that's such bullshit. I can't believe that's happened to you. And I'm like, yeah, I don't even drink. She's like, neither do I. And it's always
she's ready to go care for you. She was itching for it.
And then she bends over and she looks at him. She goes, yeah, he looks like one of those drunks. I'm like, oh my God, lady. Like now we're just getting into like, Jesus Christ, brother. And she's talking, old people don't give a fuck. They talking all fucking loud. And I'm like, oh, and all I'm trying to do is jot this in my notes so that I can talk about it on the podcast, right? I'm like, this is actually fodder for the show. It's like, I don't need any further engagement. And she was one of these ones that, and then get this. So this is the craziest part of it all. Then like we're getting ready to land and I'm trying to wind down, my phone, and I get a tap on my shoulder. It's homeboy who just spilled a bunch of whiskey on me.
Yeah.
And he tries to hand me cash. Like he has a very big bill in his hand to hand to me. He's like, listen, dude, I'm super sorry. I just dropped I'm like, it's all good. It's all good. I'm kind of interrupting him. He's like, no, take it. And so at one point it's in my hand, but our hands are still in the aisle. And he's like, I'm really sorry. I just had a really bad time. I just dropped off my first kid at college.
Aww.
And I'm like, dude, like seriously, I don't need your money. And just so you know, despite all of my turmoil, and yes, I'm saying this because I want people to think I'm decent, I gave the man his $100 bill back. But And I couldn't take, but like real talk, like I make a joke of that. Like, how could I do that at that point? Like, and the lady next to me, this is fun. And she's like, she goes, it could have paid for dry cleaning. I'm like, orders up, sour puss. But it was what it was. But I felt so bad for the guy. I mean, again, everyone has a story. And again, I wasn't going to like pop off. And again, many people, I don't know if it's the right or wrong decision. The guy clearly had enough money to pay, right? That it maybe wasn't. But to me, it's like, dude, you spilled some whiskey on me at the end of the day. Like, granted, a whole fucking, basically half a Yeti of whiskey.
At least the dog didn't shit on you. So.
At least the dog didn't shit on me. And the guy tried to make it right. And I think that to me, I guess, is the moral of the story. That's all I really give a shit about. Like, if you cut me off in traffic, just wave. And we are good, playa.
Right.
But you cut me off and you're entitled? Oh, that bothers me. And that's, that's something we need to unwind in therapy. But anyway, but is that crazy? Now, let me ask you this. Would you have taken the $100?
I probably wouldn't have, because I would feel incredibly guilty. So.
It felt weird. Once he got it into my hand, I'm like, it didn't leave the aisle. I'm like, I kept pushing it. I'm like, seriously, no. And then I ended up, he had his laptop on his lap, and I put it on the laptop, and I pushed it towards him. I'm like, seriously, it's all good, dude.
Right.
So it was, I'm like, but I swear to the Lord, if any of my coach luggage or backpack has whiskey on it, sir, I will still do nothing and say, best of luck. Right, exactly. But I talked again. But yeah, that was my airport adventure. But isn't it funny? Something always like happens, and I guess better me than like people who could probably lose their shit. Like there's a lot of people in my life that would not have been that cool with anyone who's poured whiskey on them if they weren't supposed to. But anyway,
like
crazy.
And early flight too.
Oh yeah, it's
get there, nothing's open, and you're just like, oh, I'm smelling like whiskey, and you're like, this is
smell like whiskey. And I guess that's my bigger thing. Is like you can't bring in more than 3 ounces of whiskey into airport security.
Yeah.
So who was loading this man up with just whiskey? And maybe it was just like, maybe he was really sly about it, I guess, right? Maybe he bought some, threw it in there. Maybe you could buy it at the airport, I'm sure. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I'm like, and to be that, what I'll say, intoxicated, that you have a Yeti and you're flipping it sideways into, like, that's clearly not going to work. Play up him.
He's just so confident about it. Like, he's telling all his friends,
twice, Elpidi. Twice he did it once, and then he decides to go back in for the kill and say, this time it's in. And that time it just was a waterfall cascade. I said, oh no.
That dude was so ready to be like, you see how that didn't leak? Yeti.
Like,
he loves Yeti so much, and that just broke his heart.
Oh, 100%. And like the bullshit, and the part that kind of broke my heart, like, and I hope he's not listening to the podcast. And if it does, listen, dude, God bless, because he probably saw me writing my notes in my fucking size 45 font on my iPhone. Because I don't play. I got the real big fucking font, so I'm sure he saw my notes. I'm like, spilled whiskey on me, remedied situation at end. No, just kidding. But yeah, but he swore up and down it was water, and I think that's the part that made me even more upset. I'm like, MF, this is not water.
Well, because he didn't want to get in trouble.
I know, but the flight attendant knew.
Yeah,
the flight attendant was like, "Dude, you like use this with whiskey."
Yeah,
all over. But it reeked of whiskey. I mean, think about it. Like someone spilled a bottle of alcohol. It's like it's gonna smell.
At least it wasn't like pepper spray.
At least it wasn't pepper spray, exactly, or like tomato sauce. that would have really pissed me off. I'd be like, "Oh, mamma mia!" Woohoo!
Oh my God! All right.
You spit marinara sauce on me. Woohoo!
The marinara.
Oh no! At least it was only whiskey.
It's just whiskey. It's fine.
Try that in a small town. So stupid.
He spilled whiskey. Oh my God.
Dumb country music. So yeah. So that's been happening. It's been. Listen, I wasn't gonna fight an MF over some whiskey, but listen, it's time for shout outs. Oh yes, Queen. Who's your first? Shout out.
My shout out is myself.
El Pity.
Yeah.
El Pity. I love this. This is so, what I'll say, self-indulging, but also riddled in self-love. tell us, why are you this week's shout out to yourself?
Because I got a new job. Yay!
El Pity. Okay, that's huge. So El Pity has been retired for a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
She's decided to go back into the workforce.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if I'm between jobs, it's always going to be what I'm going to call a retirement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, where was this gap in employment? I'm like, oh, that was a 6-week retirement.
Yeah, exactly.
And I decided I like to live.
Right.
Oh yeah, I mean work. I mean, yes,
Yeah.
Culture, yes, fun.
Yes.
El Pity, congratulations.
Thank you.
I can't believe it. And are you so excited to start something?
Yes, I start a week from today, so very
It's
excited.
crazy. She's
Yes.
got that job, that jerby
Got a
jerb, and of course she's
J-O-B.
bleeding, doing her thing. You know, we won't get into, we keep our careers pretty ambiguous intentionally on this show. But yeah, as you know, we're both working professionals in what I'll say startup tech, for the lack of better words. Working professionals. But El Pity, I was telling you this before the show, you have to be so proud of yourself because you did this all in your own merit and you did this so quickly, right? That has to be such a huge confidence boost for any human being, but especially you, right? Like,
it is very hard to grasp right now because I literally said, I want to take, July off and like August off, and I plan to go back to work in September, and it just fell into place.
Call me now for your free reading. She's telling the future, folks.
Right.
You really are. It is crazy how you've literally manifested that. And yeah, sure enough, before you know it, you've been able to do some really fun things, which you'll keep people posted about some other ventures that you're diving into and you've prepped yourself for, which is so fabulous.
Yes, I need to start, writing a script for that too. It's going to be a little fun little side business.
Side business, side hustle.
Right.
I love it. I have a comment on this. For those of you watching on our live stream and watching the video after the fact, I love your cactus shirt, El Pity.
Thank you.
Your cacti.
To comment on it today. So
yes, I'm here for it. It's a bunch of different. I love like when there's inanimate objects that they humanize in a cute, like kawaii way.
Yeah.
I'm sold. You could turn anything. I'm like, oh my god, what a cute little fucking cacti. Yeah, it's like, or like when they do that with fruit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing I haven't seen, this will get dirty, but anyway, the thing I haven't seen is like penises or butts or vaginas like that. It looks so cute. But as I said it out loud, I'm like, probably not the brand. So moving quickly along. Yeah. But yeah, Brittany, that is an exciting, and seriously, congratulations one more time.
Thank you.
And everyone's excited for you. I mean, you did it, but none of us are surprised. You're a hustler. That's what you do.
Stop.
And the order is up. That's your shout out.
Yes. How about your shout out?
My shout out is myself as well. Me. It's me, folks. Yeah. So it's August 23rd. Mm-hmm. 1 month from today, September 23rd. I'm going to make my re-debut in professional wrestling. I'm going to work with After Dark Wrestling in a premiere event called Nightcap, and I'm competing in a tournament for the World Championship. So if I win the first quarterfinal, I move into a semifinal. If I happen to get past the semifinal, I move into the finals for the actual championship. And this is not something, so I'm really excited. And of course, I'll keep you guys posted, check my socials and all that good stuff. # After Dark Wrestling. But I got to tell you, this is not my first rodeo in a tournament. So remember, I made it to the semifinals at that tournament at Charlie's, that wrestling tournament.
That's right. Yes.
And that was not pro. That was more Matt style, in Jello.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say bar mitzvah. I'm sorry.
That was a bar mitzvah. It was a really very poppin' bar mitzvah. So anyway, but it's hard. It's hard to keep the stamina for more than one match. And then like the most important match, right, becomes the final / semifinal. And by that time you are so wiped, right? Again, you know what it's like. This is very similar to pageants. It's like you have to just the upkeep and know that you have to be better. And like the more you move on, you have to be even better. And by that time you have more exhaustion and there's a lot of things at play.
I've been in pageants that are like everything is on the same day. So interview in the morning, crowning doesn't even happen until like 8, 9 o'clock at night. So
that's crazy. So you're in labor literally for 12 hours before the crowning. Hey, orders up. But yeah, so that was. She
got triplets though, so
she got triplets. But that was my shout out of the week. But I gotta tell you, this whole wrestling thing, it's gonna be a fun little adventure across the board.
We did have a joint shout out, actually.
Yes, we did.
Yes,
Our joint shout out, of course. If I remember it. I mean, how could I forget it?
it's
Everyone knows this was our joint shout out. It's the thing. It's like we talked about, of course, John Double J.
Which is USPS and how we
US.
love.
Oh my God! You actually yes. Thank you. The order has been arriving.
Yes. So we want to give a shout out to them. Thank you for that like daily digest email that you send to like show us what mail we have.
And you know what's funny? Oh, hit me. What's funny?
You're the one who said, you know what's funny. I wasn't saying what's funny.
But tell me what you're gonna say, and then I'll tell you what's funny.
So I talked to my mail lady the other day too, and she was like, "Yeah, unfortunately, like they now expect us to deliver like random Amazon packages." Which, weirdly enough, they decided to have the post office deliver my carpet cleaner that does not fit in any parcel locker. Like,
oh, interesting.
It's bad. And
wait, was she telling you this passive aggressively as she was handing you the package for Amazon?
No, she was just like, "It's so bad. Oh my gosh, I gotta get out."
It's so bad. Like, yeah, lady, because people aren't fucking sending letters anymore. What do you think this is? It's 2020 freaking 3. It's like, yeah, you're gonna. Sorry. Yeah, even your dog agrees. Even fucking Pancake and Cupcake. She says, "Shut the fuck up." Oh, maybe that's she's standing with USPS. She's like, "You will not talk shit about my postal workers." Well, can you please tell us what Pancake is doing? Is Pancake just barking to bark? Just to bark. Pancake is just in the other room. He's not locked up or anything.
You might hear another dog outside. Like if you, we have neighbors close by that have dogs that sometimes sit out on the patio and they'll bark too. He wants to answer back to them. So and then when
like, "What up, out,
right, literally, and then like every time he goes out to the balcony, he's just like, "What up, my dogs?" And like nobody answers him,
dogs?
And he does not care. He will just keep yelling.
He's like, bark, 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 bark. Yeah, that is. Now the USPS. Listen, I gotta tell you. So first of all, lady at the postal service, we feel your pain, but
yeah,
we're not gonna stop ordering Amazon. So take it up with your higher ups. Secondly, I feel like I know, but I do feel like everyone that I know has this digest, this email that comes from the USPS, because at some point you've probably moved.
Yes.
At least I should say people our generation. I don't know if like our parents do, but I gotta tell you, I've had this conversation with numerous people that they actually get the digest. They're like, "Oh, the digest."
Yeah, I don't remember signing up for it. Maybe I did.
Oh, I don't know that you did. I feel like, or maybe you did. I don't know. But by law, maybe they have to.
So I got it. It first started once I moved down here to Arizona. Yes. So
I think it's part of the shenanigans when you do a change of address.
That's what I'm guessing. It has to.
Because I've had it with just about every address I've moved to.
Okay.
And I don't know if it no, I've been here for numerous years too, but I keep getting it. The good old digest.
Good old digest.
And it's helpful, but I'm also like,
it's helpful.
Great. My energy bill's coming.
Energy bill is coming, shit.
The worst musical of all times, talking about mail.
Let me hand it to you.
Let me hand it to you.
Mail. You need a parcel key for that package.
I know. I gotta tell you that we talk about UPS drivers making a killing. I would be a cute little. I feel like I'd be a cute little mail person.
Well,
hello. Except for no, actually, I take it all back, because this heat, I would not be wanting to carry a satchel and drive a little wagon.
Well, the good news is that in some areas you don't have to wear the uniform. You can wear your own clothes.
No, why would you just no? Then it looks like you're stealing people's mail.
You're stealing a mail truck.
Yeah, literally, mail truck. They're like, why is that guy in a Ron John shirt? That's crazy.
Yeah, why are you complaining about your job that you stole a truck? Thank you for delivering my mail. Mm-hmm. That's very sweet of you.
That's crazy. I mean, listen, I'm sure people love the freedom to be able to wear what they want, but if someone is being finicky in front of my door in non-postal worker clothes, I may be like, actually, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not even gonna open the door. I barely open the door when Uber comes.
Right.
What about you? So when you do, are you when Uber comes to deliver to your door?
No, I say leave it. Don't.
You right, and you wait. Like I wait until like they're gone. Like yeah. I don't want to encounter, because it's happened. I've sent you a couple screenshots. Like they get me mid like crouching down to grab it, or I'm walking back into the hotel and they get my ass. I'm like, yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, no. I definitely wait. Like I look at my people, make sure they are gone. Like I wait.
Oh, straight up. I turn on my front cameras. I literally if cameras at my door, I say, until they're gone. And I usually wait till I see like red brake lights like release to get out of the parking lot. I'm like,
exactly.
I don't need all that. I don't need this.
Mm-mm.
And one time, this is literally my worst nightmare. So the other day, this is how I've accumulated all these Panda Express things. I have yet to order new Panda Express. This is still my old fortune cookie, I'll have you know.
Okay.
However, Panda Express gets delivered. Oh, this is my worst nightmare. And this guy, we're messaging in the app, and he's like, I've arrived, he says. I'm like, okay, please leave it at the door. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. He's still there. It's been a couple minutes, and I still don't get a delivery notification. And the guy's standing outside my door, and I have some pretty like, you know where to set it out in front of my door. Like there's a little bin there. There's like, one of my neighbors comes to the door and starts knocking on the door like it's the fucking SWAT unit, talking about your food's out here. I'm like, no. And I'm sitting like, 5-10 feet away from the door. I'm like, in a robe. Okay. My Versace robe. Okay. And
my first ace.
Yeah. And I just yelled back. I said, leave it at the door. He's like, okay, and then leaves. But I'm like, what compelled this man to say, okay, I need to help the struggling DoorDasher, Uber Eats delivery driver to do this?
We put the instructions in there.
It definitely says leave at door, and then it says a lot of descriptive things in the notes, because I would avoid all of that.
Exactly. Like I say, like, hey, go to this carport. My stairs are right there. Here's my gate code. Hey,
here it is. Deliver
this number. And then I always get, what's the gate code?
You're like, it's all in the instructions.
Right. Do you not look at those?
Read. Right. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I would never interfere with a delivery.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
The animals are so excited. Maybe it's a new person. But yeah, I couldn't believe this neighbor jumped in and he said, folks, I'm here to save the day.
Right.
Like, and what concerns me, I'm like, what was the confusion on the Uber's face? Like, why was he still holding my food in his hand?
Right.
Just drop and go, playa.
Right. Like it says in the instructions, like, leave at door.
Yeah. I mean, it can be really frustrating ordering Uber Eats, I know, but
like I even put in my instructions, don't need to knock.
Don't need to knock. Please leave me be.
Right.
Let me live my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's now or never. I gotta tell you, Bon Jovi, no matter where you are, and I don't know why they transcend so many cultures and people and ages, but I was literally at poolside and I was annoyed by this band that was playing on a Friday night, because that's what I do. I'm just old and bitter. Welcome to my gripe corner. No, so they're playing music, fun pool music for the summer. It's too hot, 110 degrees, and then they play Bon Jovi's "Living on a Prayer," and it gets you going. Bam, 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 bam. And then but anyway, I just can't believe it, and I can't believe I'm even saying this out loud. Bon Jovi, like, get your foot tapping, folks.
You know what's funny is that I was singing Gwen Stefani.
Oh. What? You are not singing Bon Jovi just now? What?
Now I don't even remember because you confused the hell out of me. So
it sounded like "Living on a Prayer" or some other Bon Jovi song.
God, was it?
That's okay.
Yeah, it doesn't.
The reality
it wasn't Bon Jovi. It wasn't.
Yeah, well, that's fun. Bon Jovi, what a hit! Speaking of hits, Jennifer Aniston reveals she tried salmon sperm facial to maintain her youthful looks. No, I was reading a couple articles. And I'm like, what are we reporting on, people? We're not going to spend any time on that.
Actually, that's a great segue into my week this week. So,
ooh, let's talk about your salmon eggs.
Salmon sperm, not
salmon
eggs.
Sperm. I was trying to be inclusive, right? Because you're a womana.
Oh, you're a womana.
You're a womana. So tell us about your salmon.
So we're not talking about salmon. We're talking about the spa, baby.
Spa, baby.
So Thursday night leading into Friday morning, at the end of my dream cuts out, and there all of a sudden, just out from the crowd, pops out me and was like, haha, that's funny. Hey, you need to go ahead and take a vacation right now. And then I woke up and I was like, holy shit, she's right. So in
your dream, take us back here. So what time is this dream that you woke up in?
I'm pretty sure I woke up right at 7 a.m.
Oh my God. So right on the dot,
Yeah.
not you're in retirement
Yeah.
and yourself is telling yourself within a dream,
Yeah.
girl, you need a vacation, honey.
Right. Which I was
Okay.
planning one, but I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on with this whole interview process. Let me hold off for a little bit and then let me get into the job a little bit and then I'll take the vacation or something like that.
Yes.
So that morning I got up and I was like, oh nope, I gotta go ahead and just do that. So I booked a stay from Monday to Wednesday at
Ooh.
a local resort. I'm not gonna say the name because I want to go back. So
I love that. So a
yes,
local resort, you'll have to send me even more details. And
yes,
how was it? How so you stayed for multiple days.
yes,
So first of all, let's talk about the decision to do it.
yes.
How hard was it for you to pull the trigger to do something for yourself like that?
Since I already knew what I wanted to do, it wasn't that hard. So I was just like, okay, just do it. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it. And then just start to get ready. So I planned that, and then I planned like a couple
Wow.
of like
So give us
activities.
time frame. So
Yeah.
like you woke up and you had how many hours to check in?
Um. So I. So I. Wow, I can hear myself. I'm sorry. So anyways, so Friday I got up and that morning I started booking things. So I booked the spa to make sure that I could get in because that was the main thing I was going for. Got that booked. Then I went ahead and called the dog border, because I want to make sure that the dogs can have a place
Oh,
to stay because I'm not going to take them with me. Can't
good
take them to the
point.
spa with me. That'd be kind of weird.
Strange, but okay.
Exactly. So what's going on? I don't know.
So that's great. So then you leave and you what tell us about the spa treatments that you
So,
had.
excuse me, I'm sorry. The humidity and everything is just getting to me.
Well,
Um,
that's called COVID.
yeah, COVID. It better not be. Um,
No,
but
it's
then
not, hopefully.
once I got the borders done, I got the hotel room booked. We were good to go. So I got everything ready over the weekend. Monday, drop off the dogs, and then I get ready, and then I do the activities that I planned before I check in because I couldn't check in until like
When you say
4.
activities, what is this, badminton?
No. So
No.
so I went to the Museum of Illusions, and then I also plan to go to Wonder Spaces because there's one in Scottsdale.
Ooh, what's a wonder space?
So that is like different art exhibits that like is kind of
Ooh,
interactive too, and just kind of gives you a different um, perspective of the art, so to speak.
okay.
Yeah.
Is it? It's not like one of these rooms. I've done this like Vincent Van Gogh thing. Which listen, if you want to spend $45 to $65 on this, you walk in, okay, and all it is fucking shit on the wall, a projector on the wall. It's just projecting art on the wall. I
So
said, what is this? This is fucking stupid. I'm like,
it
I don't.
has some of that. Also, it
Yeah.
wasn't that expensive, and I could see why. But first, I went to the Museum of Illusions, and I was running late because you have to book times for the tickets, and I was running late. I was like stressing out. I'm like, this is a great way to start my vacation.
You're
Like
like,
I'm at,
let me do something time constraining. That seems like a positive start.
right,
So
exactly.
illusions. Talk to us about what the illusions are. Is this like I think Funhouse Mirror? Is this? Am I on the right track?
Yeah, so Funhouse mirrors. They had a little room that was like, well, two little rooms that had you were on an angle, so like you look big on one side, you look small on the other side, or like
Ooh,
you're standing at
triggering.
an angle. Yeah, triggering. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, good for my mental health.
They also had like different kind of art displays that were interactive, where you can like spin it. It's like, oh, look at this flower that's made when you spin these two discs together. Um,
Oh, how fun! Did you feel like such a fun little tourist in your own town when you were doing it? Like,
I
here I am.
did,
Just,
I did,
I
and I was,
love moments like that.
yeah,
Like when you can just be an old lady. You know, I love being an old lady in my own town. It's like just gonna check out the museum and have
right,
tea at this coffee shop.
right, and
Yep, I
it was
just
a
said
little weird
that.
because there was like kids around too, and I was just like trying to stay
Ugh,
away. I'm
ugh.
like, I know, I'm like, I just, why are
You
you
you do you do you have your
cool?
spray bottle?
Mm-mm.
Oh, next time.
Didn't,
Your
yeah,
little whiskey
yeah,
spray bottle.
right. Drunk kid.
No, did you hear about that? A third grade teacher got loaded. She just had a wine in her first day of school. She had wine in her cup and she got arrested. She's like, it's water. Same thing. Anyway, I digress.
Jesus came.
Jesus came. I don't know, it was water at one time. Shoot, now it's wine.
But I think you could get through. They said you could get through the museum in like 45 minutes to an hour. No, I got through in like 10 minutes, and the only reason
Is it
why,
next?
yeah, like it was a small little area actually. So the only reason, like this place didn't even have a bathroom. They're like, if you need the bathroom, you have to go out and like into the
Oh no.
lobby area because it's this whole thing called the boardwalk, which had a lot of cool things there that I'll probably do again one day. But
Hmm. Like if
so
there's a Groupon.
yeah, if there's a Groupon,
If Groupon's even in business still, I don't even know.
exactly. No, I think they are. They
I think
are. So I get through the museum and I'm like, okay, cool. Then I'm like, I have so much time before my next appointment, which was Wonder Spaces, and I'm like, well, Wonder Space is going to be the long one because it says it takes 70 minutes to get through. Like,
Oh
dope.
wow, a
Yeah,
commitment.
I know. I was like, oh, I can't wait. Like, I had like my earbuds ready to be like, I'm gonna listen to music as I'm going through the displays to be like, ooh, make it even more special. So,
Oh.
but since I had so much time left, I was like, I gotta do something. And I'm in this called the Boardwalk has like Ripley's Believe It or Not, has a butterfly exhibit, a laser maze, which
Oh,
we totally have to do once we
fun.
come out here. And then they also have an aquarium.
An aquarium with
And I
fishies.
was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go to the aquarium.
I like
So
that.
go
Did
to
they
the
have other animals in the aquarium too? You know how sometimes they have like stingrays, otters,
mm-hmm,
tigers. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
they had all that shit.
They had so they had fish, obviously, because it's an
Boop, boop.
aquarium. They also had sloths.
Oh, tell me about your favorite fish at the museum.
Mm, I didn't pay that much attention.
And there's always children at the little
Yeah,
Nemo one. It's like that's Nemo, that's
right.
Dory. Like that's all I know. Either two kid. It's like I don't know.
It was fine.
And the eels, I love eels and little what are those
I
called? The
didn't see
jellyfish.
eels. I didn't see
No
eels.
eels.
No, but I
Oh,
saw two different kinds of jellyfish.
oh,
So
interesting.
that was really cool.
Strawberry and grape.
Okay.
Hey, jelly, 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 jelly.
Jelly, 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 jelly.
I do love jelly though.
Yeah.
Not jellyfish, but
I
anyway.
did see sea turtles. I saw penguins, and I
Oh,
did see otters. So that was.
Did you see
cool.
those Steve Irwin killers? Stingray?
Yes, I did. Yes.
I know.
That's
I'm
pretty
terrified
cool.
of those. I'm like, I don't need you shooting that thing into my chest and making me die like Steve Irwin.
Exactly. But then I got stuck at the aquarium. Like I couldn't figure out how the hell to get out.
Oh my word! Did you have scuba gear?
No.
Oh, then you were really fucked. So you said what you had there? There were otters, and what was the other thing you said?
Sloths.
Sloths.
Yeah.
That's why are there sloths in there?
I don't know. That's what I was wondering. Like, oh, we got a sloth exhibit too. Like, come meet the sloth. Like.
And was it extra hot and humid in the aquarium?
Yes.
Too?
Yes.
See, that's the problem.
Actually went to the bathroom during the thing.
In one of the tanks.
And actually,
thank you. Yes.
The bathroom right at the front has a little. It looks into a tank, so you see like fish. Yeah, exactly. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you see fish while you're taking a pish.
And not just any fish. Actually, you see sharks. You see fucking sharks.
Oh my word.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so.
Hey sharks, I'm looking for 10%. Hey sharks, I'm looking for 10% investment in my company.
Yes.
Pish fish.
Right, piss fish. But anyways, I went to the second bathroom that was downstairs in the aquarium.
Oh, well, she's touring the bathrooms here, folks.
Because I actually had to pee that time, not just.
Wait, why did you go the first time?
Because the guy
to do a line or something.
No. So no, the guy that was taking like how they have a green screen set up front, they take little pictures and stuff like that, which I totally bought because I was
like, cute. I love that because it's like a professional's taking it, right?
Exactly.
I love when they get you like that.
And then he goes, "Make sure you go to the bathroom."
Strange. You're like, okay, wink, wink.
And I swear there was like a pause. He's like, "It's really cool in there, I promise." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Like, yeah, go to the bathroom. You're like, oh my god, I'm never getting out of the aquarium. Which,
and again, the first thing I did after I got that ticket was I went to the bathroom.
Like, you ran. You snatched that ticket out of her hand. And you said, "Let me get to the toilet."
Right. What is it? And then there was another like two girls in there too, taking photos.
Oh Lord have mercy! In the bathroom, I love that. Now let me ask you this: was it worth him telling you to go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Like, was it that stunning?
Like, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's so eye opening, but it was pretty cool.
But you're like, I've never seen sharks.
Right.
Like that.
Like, I mean, yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Like, if you worked as the photo person at the aquarium, you would tell your patrons, go check out that bathroom.
Yeah, I would.
Like, it would be, see, it's a lot. Like, if someone asked me, like, hey, where's the restaurant? I'm like, oh, you got to check out our really cool bathroom. That to me is like, but this sounds like something that people are soliciting, which warrants some uniqueness. So now go to the second bathroom. So fast forward, you
second bathroom is a normal bathroom. So, I mean.
Well, it's just like what any fun wallpaper or just
no, but like pretty like it was decent decorating. Like go to the bathroom, had a hook for your purse so you don't put your purse on the floor.
Fun.
You know, so
but no sharks to swim in, no mermaids visiting.
Yeah, but they do have an option where you can swim with like if it's not a stingray, what else can it be?
A manatee. See, there's Stingray. Orders up. It's manatee or Stingray. It's one of the two.
Well, either way, you can like.
What are they called? It's the ray. It's the big floaty thing. I think it might be a Stingray. I don't know.
Maybe it's a stingray. Maybe they're all stingrays. Manta ray.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, you can like go on a little adventure in their big pool and put on one of those like white helmets, and then you just go down and then you can swim with the stuff that's in there.
Oh, fun! Where did you see people doing it?
No.
Oh, I was wondering, do they wear bathing suits or like street clothes?
I think they don't wear street clothes.
like in jeans.
No.
Or jeans, depending.
But anyways, I finally got out of the aquarium, bought my pictures and stuff like that.
So you said you got locked in there. How did you get locked in the aquarium?
So when you get down to the bottom, like it leads you.
Oh, I always be getting down to the bottom of stuff. That's not like something I get into. So you get to the bottom, toiletta.
So there's like this platform, like you get to this path, and then there's like a theater in front of you. It's actually a rotating theater, and I think it's like to look at all the tanks and stuff like that. But then, like, there was no other place to go.
It's like, hold on, a rotating theater.
Yeah, like the whole theater.
Oh, it's like the I got it. It's like a circle, and there's like and there's like probably bleachers on one side, and you can kind of see.
Exactly.
Interesting.
But the only thing I saw was that door, and then like I saw these curtains, and I'm like, usually when you see curtains like that, they're trying to hide something. So I was like,
you go in.
I didn't go to the theater. I retraced my steps, and like went back upstairs, and I'm like, nope, this is not how to get out. I can't find an exit. So I go back downstairs, and I'm like, okay, I'm checking out that curtain. And the curtain was just the other side to like get out of the theater and like other exhibits. So I'm like, okay, good. Now I can.
But it was off limits technically, right?
I thought so, but it wasn't. It wasn't off limits. There was just a curtain there.
Oh, just like one of those like haunted house entrances. You're like, this. Yeah. I know I'm not supposed to go through here.
Yeah,
but I shall.
I'm gonna go through here. Well, pancake fell.
So it wasn't an intuitive exit, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Yes.
And listen, this is easily remedied. Aquarium of Arizona. You could just put arrows, tape on the floor.
Right. Maybe
or signs. Yeah, maybe. It's all followed this path.
Maybe I was panicking. And
like,
help.
I gotta get to the bathroom with the sharks in it.
And my hair is getting curly because that's too humid in here. So
yeah, that's anyways, a mess. So then you do that, and then now at what point? So then you didn't go to the Ripley's Believe It or Not museum, which actually kind of surprised me. It doesn't surprise me. I see it in a lot of these tourist towns. It looks like just what is it? What is it?
Like I feel like I put Ripley's Believe It or Not and like Madame Tussauds on the same level. That I think,
no, Madame Tussauds has to be higher.
It is. It is.
Oh.
Because it's the branding because they have similar branding. So when I'm like, oh, like that red and yellow, I'm like, oh, Ripley's Believe It or Not. Yeah, I want to go see it. And I'm like, oh wait, I'm thinking of Madame Tussauds.
Exactly.
So
and it's not even like Guinness World Record stuff. It's like Ripley's Believe. It could be anything. It's like, oh look, it's a snake who drove a Corvette. I don't know. I feel like I feel like there's a red car that's always flying out of a Ripley's Believe It or Not or some weird.
Exactly. Yeah.
The angles, but yeah, you're right. Now, Madame Tussauds, I really like that. I love these people who always like post the funny pictures, like hanging out with Hillary Clinton. It's like, okay, it literally is a wax figure.
Right. You're not hanging out with.
You're not hanging out with Barack Obama or Taylor Swift.
Right. But anyways, after I escaped the aquarium, I first went to the trunk, put my pictures away, opened up my
suitcase. Took a nap.
I know, right? Seriously. Opened up my suitcase, got my hairbrush, brushed my hair, and then I went to I don't know what the mall is called, but it's the mall that has Wonder Space in it in Scottsdale. So I went there, parked my little car, had to walk through a little like construction area because they're doing construction.
Oh, did you get catcalled?
No, I didn't. So I walk in and I'm like, okay, I gotta find the place. And it just so happens the place where I parked is right next to the food court where the entrance of Wonder Space is. So I like check it. I'm like, I'm a little early. They're like, it's fine, come on in. And I'm walking around. It's pretty cool. There's like some exhibit rooms from side to side. One's like kind of weird because it's like electromagnetic stuff and gongs are playing. It's a lot. And I'm pretty sure I walked around the whole thing, but I'm like, there is no way this takes 70 minutes. There was not that much stuff, so I was a little.
They got to over. Yeah. See, and I was gonna ask, like, it was fun, but right, like, are you? Sometimes I say things are fun just because I'm there and I've paid for it. But I'm like, I would never. I don't know that I would do this again. Like, I went to this museum of. I won't even say. There was this museum I went to, and I just thought, this is really stupid. Like, it doesn't take long. I zipped through it. It's all just weird, ambiguous shit that like didn't speak to me. And I'm not saying that it doesn't speak to anyone. Like, of course, some people like are drawn to some of this stuff, or like spend 40 minutes in front of a funhouse mirror. I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm fat and then I'm skinny. Okay, moving on.
Like, I think there's a Wonder Space or something similar in Japan that's like really good. So once we go to Japan, we gotta check that one out. That's actually legit. So, but I was just
no, we had to go to Japan. Me and the booth thing we're talking about it recently too. It's like Japan is like really where it's at, and you and I have basically a full agenda when we get there.
Right, exactly. We gotta start.
We gotta be busy ladies up in Japan.
Busy ladies.
Busy ladies. And hopefully by that time, Japan would have gotten back.
Robot Cafe is back.
What's back?
Robot Restaurant.
Robot Restaurant is back. That sounds really fun to go to.
So we're gonna go to
We love it. Yeah, Robot Cafe looks super fun. Now this really just brings up. There was an article too. We've read that a study finds, which we love ambiguous studies. 60% of millennials and Gen Zers said they would prefer to spend money on life experiences now than save for retirement.
Yeah, because we're gonna be working that long anyway.
Exactly. We're like, yeah, we don't really see an end in sight. But yeah, it's true. I mean, I think that it's really interesting and staggering, actually, that 60% of Gen Zers and millennials, right? So you're thinking 2 generations. That's a lot of people saying, I'd rather have some fun. As they say, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
And that's what I did. So after I was done with Wonder Space, I was like, I'm going to go see if I could get my hotel room. It was like 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. So it was an hour early.
One moment. Well, welcome to Gripe Corner again. That pisses me off too. You pay for a night in a hotel. How do you not get at least 24 hours? And listen, I'm not stupid. I know it takes time to clean these things. And of course, we don't want to stress housekeeping. We want to give them enough time to do a flip. But come on, if I'm paying for a night, at least give me 24 hours.
Right.
I don't know. But I digress. Now you're in the hotel. It's a little under 3. Yes. Check-in time's 3 or 4, because now they've tried 4. This new shenanigan.
4.
Oh, these hotels. I've had a 5 p.m. check-in. And that I'm like, what is that? I'm like, what's going on?
So fortunately I paid ahead of time. So like they have the option to do like an early check-in. So I did that. They're like, oh, okay, good. Yeah, just go ahead and take this room. So get up to my room. Actually, as I was walking to my room, I got the email from the job. And I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta stop walking. I gotta read this right now. And so
you're like, pause in. See, but how great is it that you're in this like this beautiful spa, or you're about to check in, like, and this is where you're getting the news. Like, it's a really nice, peaceful, zen way to get some big news.
Which the moment was ruined because I like stopped a random guy and I was like, oh my gosh, can I just tell you some good news right quick? And he's like, what? I'm like, I just need to tell somebody good news. And he's like, okay. And I was like, I just got the job. And he's like, what? Oh, congratulations. I'm like, okay, cool. Never mind.
He's like, okie dokie. Don't you? Oh, I love people like who just won't play with you.
Right.
Like that's. Listen, you know me. You and I are built very similar. Whether it's good news or just joking around, I got waiters, flight. I'm like, play along, people. Right, I promise it's more fun if you just give me this. But no, some people are just so caught up in being A, confused, and B, just not in their own world. They're like,
right.
I don't fucking care.
Right.
It's like, pretend I don't care.
Wake up.
Wake up, girl. Wake up.
So ordered food. This hotel has a casino in it, so I played slots. Yes.
Wow, this is offensive that anyone would go to a casino without me, but I guess I understand. Much like I tell all my friends, it's weird that you have other friends other than me. But listen, teach their own. I guess I'll let you do it.
So Tuesday is where the fun began. So Tuesday was spa day. So Tuesday morning, went to the spa, got some like exfoliant, like body therapies and massage and whatnot. Then I like went back to my room and got some sleep.
Female or male masseuse? Massage
female.
Therapist. Female. Love it.
Yes. So then after I took a nap, well, no, I ate and then I took a nap because they're like,
what'd you eat? Tell us what you ate.
I think I ate steak.
Oh, that's my girl.
Yeah.
Did you have any like you know how that got spas have like cucumber water, like fruity water? Did they give you any sort of?
They just
water
gave me water, just regular water.
Just fucking Aquafina, lady.
And I'm like, thank you.
Your favorite.
I am great with water, so they're like, you have to drink water because you know
it's true.
Yeah,
especially after a massage. If they go, oh, it feels like a fight. Some of these massages I've been in.
Right, like okay, oh, so just throwing around my leg, like okay, but then so I took a nap. And then I did something super crazy that I've not told anyone about yet.
Skinny dipping, skinny dipping.
Did not do skinny dipping, but
that's okay.
I want you to guess, what crazy thing can you do on a vacation?
Not set an alarm. So no, I think skinny dipping. I love skinny dipping on vacation. It's true. Don't know why, just a thing that I tend to do.
Okay. Truly noted.
Love that. Yes, but only if there's a pool. I guess that's the only way to skinny dip. Because walking around naked just is actually just obscene. So yes, skinny dipping in a pool. Yes.
Skinny dipping in your bathtub.
Yes, like in the public sink in the shark bathroom at the aquarium. Just here for a dip. Yeah, literally at the aquarium, swimming with the manatees. Oh lordy. So yeah, skinny dipping, tend to do that. So what else could you have done? Maybe you did something that you and I don't do frequently at all. Had a cocktail?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, that wasn't a change of thing.
All right. Last but not least, you got some dick.
No.
All right. Well, doesn't sound too crazy to me.
The hint is I did get something.
Well, now my mind's only going to one place. So you got a jackpot.
No, unfortunately.
You got an upgrade in your room.
No, but I do want to go back to the slot thing. I did stay at the slot a little bit longer than I usually did. I didn't let my ADHD define me that day.
It gets you though. That's called addiction. It's called chasing the dragon, folks.
Yeah, I gave up after like 15 minutes.
I know. But it's crazy what psychology. We've talked about this before. The psychology of slot machines really messes you up because you put in $1, right? Which means you lost $1, and you win 82 cents. And it's like celebrating. You're like, right. It's like, no, you lost money, actually. You lost 18 cents, but it's celebrating your win of 82 cents. It's brilliant. Pavlov's law, something, master's degree. Okay, so back to what you got there.
Yes.
You got it. You got it, girl. And that's all I got to say on the matter. What do you got? It, bitch. And I have no doubt about it. No, I really don't know. You got running through my head tattoo. So OMG, El Pity, I did not know you got a tattoo. So tell me, you got the tattoo in the city or at the hotel in your hotel room?
In the city. So I went to
an establishment. You didn't have a tattoo party with someone.
No.
The guy who wasn't thrilled about my job. He actually was a tattoo artist, and I asked him back to my room, and he actually did this really cool teardrop tattoo on my eye. No,
it's funny because that's where I got my first tattoo. Was a tattoo party. A tattoo party.
I love people like that. I
just had to pay $5.
Yeah, exactly. So what did you get? You got to tell the world. This is so exciting. So first of all, congratulations again. So you got another tattoo.
Yes.
Where did you get the tattoo? Can you share?
Yes, I can. So first, the tattoo. I think I showed it to you, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe not the finished product, but maybe an idea of it.
An idea of it, because I did add to it, and I forgot I added to it once I pulled it up. But story of it was that I actually saw a different tattoo on Inkbox, and I was like, I want that tattoo minus like one element in it. So I brought it to the shop, and then I also bought the sketch that I made in Canva.
Ooh.
So it's just me. There's nobody with me. Me and my
the girl in my dreams and myself.
Right, exactly, because she's yelling at me to take a fucking vacation. So I go and I show him the one on Inkbox, and he's like, "Oh, how big do it?" I'm like, "I just want it like this big, like that long." He's like, "With all that detail, it's gonna be like across your whole arm." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Woof. Then I was like, "Well, what about this one?" I show him the design that I made and like the additions I made to it. He's like, "Okay, we can do that." So to be fair, I did want it a little bit smaller, but then when I saw it like on my arm with the sketch, I was like, "Yeah, let's just do that size." So it is on my arm. I don't know how well you can see it because of my ring light, but
oh my god! So El Pity is talking about this tattoo as if it is this giant sleeve of a tattoo.
It's not a giant sleeve.
It is large. It is large,
yes.
But it's beautiful. So what I'm seeing here is a beautiful mountain range, and then a palm tree, and in between them is this gorgeous paper plane, 3D'd with some tag marks, basically saying, I'm assuming, symbolizing your move from some place like Colorado mountainous to place like Arizona. Tropical.
And then I put stars above the mountain, but I tried to like sketch out the Virgo constellation because I was like, I don't have anything Virgo about it. Power.
I love that. So you got a little Virgo constellation above. Your planet. That is so cute.
So yeah, maybe I'll add to it. So yeah, I think if I do add more, I'll just kind of like follow this line right here and just have like a strip sleeve.
Yeah, a strip sleeve. No, what's really cool about that, like the way you have it placed, is like you could put so many ideas could happen. Like you could put a city, a couple of different cities. Like there's so much you can do, honestly, with that. So
we should get a Japan one.
100%. See, I'm just hoping they have a Pandora Charms store there that I can buy a charm.
They probably do. They probably do.
I hope. I've been loving my little Pandora Charms. But Alpity, that's amazing. So you get a tattoo. This is amazing. So you've had a great vacation. Thank God for your dream. Thank God you have a REM sleep, because if you didn't have REM sleep, because I'm telling you, I don't ever get REM sleep. Isn't that when you dream?
Yeah. So you don't dream?
It's very rare that I dream.
Okay, then I don't think you're getting REM sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's and usually I'm like, why am I giving a person? I've had some weird dreams, so yeah, I don't mind, because they always mess you up. You're like, why did I have that dream? That's
so weird.
Really odd.
Yeah. And then like you say that like, oh, why did I have this dream? And then you like try to remember it. Then you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, the details are always murky. I'm like, what was I thinking?
Right.
Why was I giving that person a hug?
Right.
Yeah, that was my most recent one. I'm like, what? It doesn't even make sense. But okay.
So you didn't have like a standoff with somebody at a Hobby Lobby one time trying to figure out who the other person was.
No, that was in your dream or real life?
That's real life.
That was last Thursday for me. Dang. So and then you get these. So overall you feel rejuvenated, success on vacation. And so what are you telling the world? That if you have the funds and ability, do a little treat yourself? Listen,
yeah,
I think that's spot on. Well, before we go, Alpity, I remember last week I promised the listening audience
a fortune cookie.
A fortune cookie. I have one left. Hopefully I don't order Panda Express again.
What if I ordered Panda Express this time?
What if I ordered Panda Express? Well, hopefully they just drop it at your damn door.
Right.
And don't cause a whole scene in the neighborhood. Oh my word. I'm like, leave it be. I felt me yelling, but I'm like, you don't know. But anyway, on a lighter note, I'm crunching this one up. This one, I don't know if this was a Panda Express one or if this one was one of the older Chinese food ordering ones that I had. And I believe it's one of the older ones, because on the back, we do get to learn Chinese, which of course is the word niu, which of course everyone knows means ox.
Ox.
The sound that a donkey makes means ox. Niu is ox. And means donkey. Donkey, new ox. And you're
like
lucky.
Jennifer Coolidge trying to imitate a donkey. Just
exactly. It's that salmon sperm.
Right.
That's Jennifer Aniston. But your lucky numbers, folks, if you're playing the Powerball, are lucky numbers 19, 7, 50, 56, 26, and 18. Ooh. Now it's time for the fortune. You ready for the fortune up here?
I'm ready for the fortune. Tell me the fortune, please.
Wow, this one is really quite something else. Be on the lookout for coming events. They cast their shadows beforehand. Oh. Be on the lookout for coming events. They cast their shadows beforehand. Huh. Interesting.
Weird.
So I guess it's saying be vigilant and know what's coming.
Be Batman.
That, of course, means ox. Ox, 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 ox.
Oh my god.
Well, ox all of you, just kidding. So that's that. So again, we'll keep you guys posted. Hopefully we hear back from our space friends. It's been 30 days since we sent that Nokia text out of Japan, so hopefully we hear back soon.
Yeah, hopefully we hear back. Hey. Next week.
But we gotta find more efficient ways to communicate, not only just generally in the world, but if it's taking you 30, 40 years to get a hold of someone, move on, Earth. Yeah. Move on. Right, she's gonna text us back.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm never gonna stop loving her.
Well, just remember, be on the lookout for coming events. They cast their shadows beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, Neo to you and Neo to me. Well, El Penny, that rounds out our show. You know, my name's John.
I'm El Penny.
And this is hashtag
That
that
podcast.
podcast. We love you. We'll see you next time.
Yes.
Bye. Bye.